Good morning, all of you. Let's continue with the today's class. So, as we started day before the new batch, today is the day 3 of the new batch, and till now we discussed about the, for example, where is day 2 here? So, as you can see here, day 2, and this one we will be called as a day 1, I guess. So, I'm just noting down what is what and all, like not detail level, and today would be the day 3. So to be simple, what we understand till now, day 1 we just understand what is Power BI, and then what is Power BI desktop, and how can we download, how can we install it, and simple design, and then publish. When it comes to second day, we were just try to understand the, like I connected to SQL Server database, and I shown you simple query like how to connect a database, select star from table name, correct or not? So then after we discussed about the what is the difference between import method and then direct query. So then we started discussing about the what is slicer, which means as you can see on the screen, this is what we call as a slicer. It's a one of the visual in the as part of Power BI desktop. And then we understand the what is a filter concept here. So we see the screen, and there is an option called filter section. So as you can see here, filters, visual level filter, page level filters, report level filters, and also we understand about the like these three only we pending with the drill through filters. So we need to understand the what is the drill through filters today, and rest of the topics will continue as it is. So that is what we discussed about till now. And also, like, what is a report? Usually collection of pages, as we can see on the screen, page 1, page 2, second report, duplicate of the page 1. So everything will be called as a within a report only. And if you take any individual pages, visual 1, visual 2, and visual 3, and then visual 4, so something like this, that is what called as a uh, pages. Collection of visuals is nothing but pages. So visual is nothing but is a graphical or diagrammatic presentation of a data. So that is what about the till now we discussed about. So now today, so we will try to understand the more options, like first we will try to finish the drill through filters. So today's topic is, let's continue with the pending topic called as a drill through filter, drill through filters. And then we will try to understand, for example, if we cover filters, we covered almost this area will be covered, and sorry, the filters will be covered, and visualizations we understand high level what is what and all, and left side also we understand this what do you call report data, and I mean high level I'm talking about relationships, and you know what is page 1 page level properties also, and also we know what is get data and recent sources, how can we enter data like a sample data, and what is edit queries and refresh. If we whoever missed out first day or second day, just to go through the videos, you will comes to know just like a what is what I given. Anyhow, these are the features we are going to keep on using until this course finishes. Each and every day you should talk about the what is the refresh button, what is the recent sources, and what are the get data we are going to get into, I mean what are the data sources we are going to get into the Power BI desktop. So now the only option in the screen which is pending like this fields. So once we move to, I mean once we finish the drill through filter, we will move to the fields option. We will try to understand what are the properties available at the table levels. And also if you expand the table, you will have a columns also. You will understand each and every point. The next one is, I'm taking one page, for example, like a details, sorry. So I'm giving some simple data, I mean simple name, and I'm taking as one tabular report. Okay. So now in this tabular report, I'm just going to take the more granularity. For example, country wise, state wise, and city wise. I would like to take the what is order quantity. Because of those many order quantities, what is amount we got it? Did we pay any tax or not? So this is what my expectation. So go to the format option. Whenever you want to do any changes, expand the and do the changes here. I want to increase the font, nothing else now, right now. I think still we can increase little bit. Perfect. So this is what about the detail level data. For example, if you go to page number 1, whatever showing here, like as you can see here, legend, where is the legend or data labels? Numbers are not visible. That's why I'm just trying to increase. Okay. So now let's say in Canada we have some orders like total 7620 orders we got it, or in UK we got 6906 orders we got it. Sometimes what will happen when I right click on this one, okay, so there should be some detailed report. For example, I would like to know within UK what are the states we have got the city. I mean orders and all. For example, under any of the one of the city or any one of the state, how many orders we got it. Something like this. Detail level information. For example, I want to get like this. In Australia, under this state, under this city, we got this many orders. So let me quickly add the slices. Anyhow, it's not required. You can easily understand. It's not a big deal. So my intention would be when I click on the page number 1, let's say this Australia, right click and you will enable one option called drill through action here. Right now it's not showing up because we have not enabled the drill through feature. We have not enabled the drill through feature. Now go to detail report. I want to make this page as a drill through. To be simple, I click on here this bar. It's supposed to take me to the page number detail data. That is not my intention. That is the case. What you need to do, you need to drag the country column into the, okay. So don't select any of the filter. Now go to page number 1, right click on this one. See now we got a one option called drill through filter. Not only for this visual, for example, right click on here. So right click on here, wherever you click on this one, wherever you right click on, maybe this card may not be available. Yeah. So now go to page number 2. Okay, nothing is there, just close it. So we have a second report and duplicate page also available. Now, for example, click on this UK. So we are getting the drill through feature, which means once you make any of the page as a drill through, then what would happen? Rest all the pages, you should be able to navigate into the this particular detail data. That is what about the drill through. Now let's verify this one. Now let's say I'm just taking the France drill through and detail data. Are we filtering only France data here? Check on the screen please. Are we getting only France data or not? Yes. For example, now I want to go back to the previous page like parent report. It is child report, right? Yes or no? Detailed report or child report, and I want to go back to the parent report. Then there is a small icon here. I don't know how many of you realize this one. Little bit icon is there. Now see this one. When I select, you will be able to understand. Okay. So you will by default this will be enabled. You need to click on this one, but make sure you press Control and then click on this back button. Now see. I back to the parent report. So that is what about the what is drill through feature and what is the other filters we have understood. So until last month, as I told you, we don't have this option. Which one? So by default, what will happen? You have a one option that is what called as a it just drag and drop. This keep all feature was not available. Keep all not available. For example, if you disable this one, now let me try to drag and drop. Okay, and allow drill through when used as category and summarized. Okay, so these are all options are not available. So if you want to keep all filters on, like what is creating here, use as a category summary. If you disable this one, still I'm getting as the same one. So anyhow, so you no need to worry on this one. So we will spend more time on this one later part and we'll try to understand. So as of now you understand, right? So whatever we are navigating, that is called as it's coming taking us into the child report. The next topic is like FI fields properties, field level properties. Fields is nothing but like table properties or column level properties. So first we will understand the smaller properties, then we could be able to navigate to the like complex properties and all. Now I'm just going to this one again. For example, select this table and click on the data section. You will able to see the what is the underlying data of that particular table. Now let's see, right click on the table level. We have a new measure, new column and the new quick measure. So these three will be indicating as adding a new extra column into the, for example, we have two columns, right? You would like to add one more extra column, then we need to go for the three options now. So we'll discuss on this. It's the most important topic. Probably another 20 minutes of time, or maybe after 10 minutes of time, we are going to discuss of these three topics. So before that, let's understand smaller properties. We have a refresh data. What is the meaning of refresh data? For example, take a bigger table so that you can easily understand. So as I told you, there are two-way refresh button you will find it. One is a refresh on top of the screen, and one is the table level also. If you go for the table level, what will happen? Listen here, is it refresh only that particular table or all the table? Only one table, right? So now, but whereas if you go to this refresh button, now see all the table within the model level. So both are doing the same work. The problem is if you want to refresh any individual table, just to go to respective tables, right click and refresh. If you want to refresh all the tables, just to go to the model, go to, I mean, this comes under home button and click on the refresh button. And also here also we have edit queries option, and here also we have the edit queries option. These both are same. So I have already explained you simple example, but only edit queries I'm again indicating, again informing or again conveying, only this edit queries will take minimum 3 to 5 hours of time, okay, or 3 to 4 hours of time. We are going to discuss again, like see this one home but different option, transform different properties, add a column different properties. So as of now, just it is a kind of transformations, like whenever you want to do the changes on the source data, we have to go with the edit queries option. The next property would be copy a table. You can copy entire table and paste it into Excel file or wherever it may be. For example, copy a table, open Excel file. Now just Control V. So as you can see here, we got all the data along with the column status as well. So that is what about the copy data. I'm just closing this Excel file. I don't want my system to hang. So the next one is rename option. For example, I don't like this table name. Let's say sales data. Sales data. You can rename like this. Delete option you know already. Hide in report view. Mark as a date table. So this one, keep in mind, very important property whenever working with the tabular model, in the sense like DAX expressions. Let me show you. Whenever working with the DAX expressions, uh, if we see the previous batch and all, right, so we have a concept called time intelligent functions. Time intelligence functions, or it can be a DAX expressions, or if you see here so when now working with the date expressions, we have a new measure column, new column options. So that time we need to type it as a when now working with the functions, particularly date and time, and time intelligent functions. Where is the time intelligent functions? So time intelligence functions. So we have to indicate what are the calculation. For example, last month, this month, last year, next year, previous day, previous quarter, previous month, same period last year. When we are working in the date column, right, we have to inform to Power BI desktop or Power BI that or Power BI model. I'm going to inform that I'm going to use so this table dim date. Okay, so I'm just going to repeat once again, mark as a date table, and you're going to take it as, I think we need to go to the model level. Which of the table you're going to consider as a date key column? I'm sure you may not be able to understand if I talk about much as of now. So keep in mind whenever you're performing the calculation, I mean, if you guys from the BI background or data warehousing background, you can easily understand dimension table. We have a date dimension. That date dimension only, I'm just forcing this model use for all your calculations this date column. Okay, so that is what I'm just indicating here. But I'm sure you will not understand right now. Just ignore it. Without that property, we cannot go with the time intelligence functions. I have to explain once again. Don't worry at the moment. The next one is unhide all, hide in the report view. First, I'm just hiding the sales data. Now listen carefully here. It got hidden. So, but still we could able to see this one. That's okay. But now when I click on the outside any of the tables once again, there is an option called unhide all. So when I click on this one, so now again we got the, it's like see here we can able to see the graded also. Here, even though you hide this one, what will happen? Little bit icon is there like shade out option. We could able to see this one. But once you publish the reports into Power BI service, the end users or other persons cannot able to see this one because we have hidden. But Power BI desktop still it is a visible little bit. So that is what about the hide in report view. If you want to enable back again, you can enable like this also. So unhide all also, for example, you don't know how many you have visible, I mean hidden. So that case what will happen? Simply unhide all means all the tables will be enabled. That is what about this. So one property we missed out here, that is called as I told you, new measure, new column, and then new quick measure. So this is a separate topic actually. This is a separate topic actually, but I will give the just introduction. New column, versus measure here. So for example, I'm taking one simple one like a new measure. New measure. So I'm adding as a like example for new column. So the number one is simple. For example, whenever you want to derive a full name, for example, first name plus last name plus I think should be middle name plus last name. So if you know the first name plus middle name plus last name, can't we derive a full name column by concatenating all three column values? Obviously, yes. The second example would be, for example, assume that I would like to get as a total sales amount. So when you know the order quantity and also unit price. See, whenever you know, for example, I am the customer, I am going to shop, okay, I am buying like a 10 products. How many quantity? 10 now. But each quantity might be having some unit price, right? That is what about this one. So one product cost is 100 rupees. If I buy 10 products, obviously I need to pay the 1000 rupees. That is what about the total sales amount. But there is a one more option here, like example for new measure. So here I don't want anything here. I just want a sum. I just want a sum of order quantity. Sum of order quantity, comma, sum of sales amount column, like average or minimum or maximum. Just I'm giving simple example, okay? So whenever you want to perform these kind of things, then we should be going with the, see, when I perform the sum operation, how many records I'll be getting as out final output? Only one number, right? See, for example, this is what the table now. For example, take a column of this one, okay? That is order quantity. Go to sales data and see this one. So if I take a sum of all the values, 1 plus 1 2, 2 plus 1 3, 4, 5, something like this, finally you will be getting as a 60,000 or 70,000. That is what output will be. For this output of this one equal to, for example, 60,000, 768, something like this. But sum of sales amount also you'll be getting one number, average also you'll be getting out of this one. So this all will be performing as a numeric calculations. This will be the granularity of the numerical, I mean new measure would be like, you know, like this, like scalar values, which means you'll be getting a single value or multiple values. But if you go to new column value, this is like each row level. Each row level, what is the meaning of each row level? Let me show you one example, you will understand. So I'm just going to dim customer table, right click on this one, new column, C underscore the full name equal to, these all called as a DAX expression. What are the formula I'm writing here? There should be some name for that one, right? That is called as a DAX expressions. So we are going to spend almost like a 6 to 8 hours of time on only this DAX expression. Here we don't have the plus symbol, please. We don't have the plus symbol. If you give as a plus symbol, then what will happen? It will throw error message. So click on the enter, you will understand. See now, cannot convert a valid type to the type, something like this, because you need to use an and symbol. This is completely Excel formulas. If you guys know little bit Excel file also, little bit formula also, then DAX expression is very easy. So now click on enter button. Now we got one extra column. Go to the right side corner. Now see, it is adding as a one extra column called full name, which is nothing but first name concatenation plus middle name plus last name. Now I would like to get little bit space between the first name and then middle name and then this one. Then what you need to do, add a and symbol here, and in between double quotation give the space whatever you want. Click on enter. Now see we got a little bit space. Same way middle name to last name also you can give some space so that each every name will be differentiated with the one space here. So till now anybody have any questions? What is a new column? So as I told you, it is a each row level. Yes or no? New column, whatever you are calculating, it is a row level. For example, it will go to the these three columns. One second. So what is the first name and the middle name and last name? It will combine and to show as a one column, that is called as a full name here. That's it. So for each row there will be one extra full name will be coming. This row one more full name is coming. This row is full name, one more full name is coming. Now when I come this one, we got the full name. Let me add one more example. As I told you, for any numeric columns, any calculation if you want to perform as a row level, then go to the new column. So here also, as I told you, C underscore. What is the meaning of C underscore? Any guess? Just to differentiate, is a new column, right? Column means C. I'm just giving my understanding C underscore, like sales amount or total sales equal to. So what is the unit price into and order quantity? I mean, since we are at the beginning of the session, I'm just giving a simple example, but later part we can think of this one. Now scroll down. Now see here also I got a one more column. The value which was showing is a 4.99. So as you can see here, this is what the unit price. Where is the unit price here? Yeah, 4.99. But everyone is having the only one quantity only. That's the reason we are not able to see the bigger number here. If anyone have two quantity here, let me order by descending order. I think everyone has only one order only. So that's the reason you may not get the difference between the unit price and the total sales amount. If anybody have five orders here, 5 into 4.9, you will get as a multiplication of the number here. So that is what about the new column. Ignore as of now. If you're understanding or not understanding, we have a separate session on that part. The next one is I'm just going to take the new measure. So as I told you, new measure is nothing but I'm just going to add as a sum equal to sum of what is the total sales amount till now. Total, that is sales amount column here. So that's why whenever facing this kind of issue, always good practice to have the proper. For example, what is the operation I'm going to perform? Sum, right? SUM. Use a tab and then type table name. What is the table name? Sales data. And use a open brackets. I mean, what do you call this one? And then type sales amount. Now see, we are just going the standard. Best practice. Now keep the tab once again and close it. Enter it. Now this will not calculate at the each row level. If you scroll right now you won't see this one. We are see the total sales amount C underscore, but where is the M underscore sum here? Because the measures will not be displayed as part of columns here, but you could find out here within this our sales data. Now as you can see here M underscore sum. So whenever keeping on the each column, you could see the formulas. For example, this is a physical column, right? That's why we don't see any formula here. But when you click on the M underscore sum of sales amount here. So that is what about the what is a new measure. Then how can I check this one? Sum of sales amount, we can check it. For example, I'm taking as a simple card here. Okay, and take the what is the sales amount column. We have sales amount column already. That is that one, this one, and little bit formatting. uh, this is enough. And here also I am taking one more, let's say one more card, and this time I will be taking the m underscore sum now. M underscore sum. Now there is an option called format painter. Select this format painter and click on this one. See, same MS Word. Format painter is nothing but the same format will be applicable to this one as well. Now, for example, selecting to this one, I'm enabling the border. When I click on this one, we get a border for this one. This one we are not getting, right? Let's try this one. Format painter. Click on this one. Now see, the borders also we are getting. Same formula will be applicable. Now, is both the values are matching? Obviously will match, because when you do the by default order quantity or sales amount also, by default it will go for the sum operation, correct? So if you take in this one also, by default it will go for the sum operation. For example, I want to change it. I don't want this one. Out of these many values, let me show you here. Out of sales amount column here, let me click on descending order. Now who is getting the minimum value? For example, 3,578, and if you scroll a little bit down, this guy is getting only thousand some amount. This guy is getting $34 rupees. So out of those, what is the mean least amount or max amount? Then what you need to do? You need to change the this measure formula, right? Instead of sum, what I want is I would like to get as a max. See, automatically value got changed. So here also we can change it. Here also we can change it. For example, right click on this one, go to average, minimum, max. Predefined 4 or 5 is available, but if you want more than this one, we have hundreds of functions available. Then we need to go to the measures only. I hope you understand when do you go for the measure, when do you go for the. So the one point I will be adding, and I will be concluding the this one. So the most important one, this will be calculated at refresh level. Refresh level. What is the meaning of refresh level? This value should be calculating at runtime. What is the meaning of runtime? See, runtime is nothing but whenever user wants to see, for example, whenever user wants to see, let's say when at the moment when I drag and drop like this, that time only to perform the sum operation or minimum operation, calculate the value and show me the value instantly. That is what about the runtime. Okay, so all the measures should be calculated at the runtime. If you performing most complex calculations here, see, sum is okay, sum are manageable. If you're doing some case statement or based on some business logic, you're applying some expressions, then it may lead to some performance issue. But coming to new column, what will happen is the refresh time, right? Refresh level. What is the meaning of refresh time? At the first time, whenever user getting the data into PowerBI desktop, for example, click on the refresh button. That time what will happen? Each and every formula added as a new column that will be calculated, and then the output will be stored in the RAM or internal memory. So whenever user querying the data from new column, automatically he would be getting as a little bit faster compared to new measures. New columns has to be little bit faster because of the process level data or refresh level data or model level it will be stored. That is what about the difference between the new column and new measure. Okay, so There is a one more option called new quick measure. This one I will explain later, but I will show you now. So now we are getting more property, couple of more property like refresh, edit queries, rename, hide, delete, and then view hidden, unhide all, collapse all, and expel all. Because if we expand this table, right click on this one second. I think it's in the data level. Let me check this one. See this one. So when we selected any of the table here, so we are getting less properties here. Like if we go to report level, now as you could see here, we are getting as a collapse all and expel all. These two are simple properties. For example, collapse in the sense, see now. For example, expand all the tables will be expanded with columns you could be able to visible. Now right click all. Again, collapse all means it minimize, just like maximize, minimize, and properties means you can give the some description for that particular table. For example, like this table is having like transaction level data. So the advantage would be when I keep the cursor nearby. For example, keep the cursor for department. Only department name is showing, but when you go to sales data, the bottom there is a description also will be showing. See this one, the table having transaction level data. So whenever giving the description, that particular table will be displayed with the description, nothing else. So we have one option pending, that is called as a view hidden, hide option. Mark as this one, and new quick measure. Now whenever user want to perform a measure or add a measure, they should know minimum knowledge of the, for example, we added as a sum operation here, for example sum operation. So if they want to go for like there is a calculate operation, calculate function is there. Let's take the sum of sales amount, sum of sales amount, and close it. Not for all the table level, like take it for only what I can do. I can apply some filters also here. I'm thinking, right, which is the simplest way, which is the calculate sum of. I'm just giving as expression like English country reason name equal to only for Canada. See now, it is showing some number here 1997 or 84. Okay, so if you go to page number 1, you could be able to see this one. Canada, how much showing? Let me change the sales amount here, you will easily understand. What is the Canada value here? Where is the Canada first of all? See this one 1977844. Is it saying the same value here? Obviously will give the same value, because what is my formula here? Take the sum of sales amount, but not for all the values. Take it for only for Canada. So this is kind of like adding the new measure, but formula will be different here. This is what we are going to discuss as part of dash expressions. But one thing I would like to highlight here is whenever user or developers want to write the measure, they should know the syntax here. Same thing what they can do, I mean, they means whoever don't know much DAX, right? So they can simply go for the new quick measure also. So here what they can do, what they're going to perform here. Are they going to filter the value, or are they going to take the average of, or minimum value, max value, or go to time intelligence functions, total, running totals, addition, subtraction, multiplication. Okay. When they say, for example, let's say running totals. Okay, what is the base value, what is the field value, and what is the performance of operation going to perform it. I would like to get the running totals for Add is sales amount column here. Running totals of sales amount. Say this one by default is going for the sum here. You can also perform the average, minimum, this one. So one thing we are avoiding here, we are not writing any, not even single line of code. You no need to write even sum of sales amount also. Just a drag and drop. Just a drag and drop. And what is the field you are going to take it, on top of which field you are going to take it. So I don't want to waste the time on this topic because it will create a formula for you. And for example, field, if you add anyone, maybe your country wise and ascending order, click on OK button. Don't worry what is going to do. Now this is what will help you. It will create a formula for you. See this one, starting with the name also is giving. If you don't like this name, you want to give the short name, you can give it equal, calculate, and sum of sales amount, the filter section. You need to understand the filter first of all. What is the filter function will do? That's what I'm telling. As of now, ignore. So here we're using like a two filter function, all selected values, and is on or after filter functions. Also, we are performing the max operation. Okay. So just ignore at the moment. It will create a formula for you, whoever non-technical people, and just ignore it. We have a separate topic on that particular part. Any questions till now? So we covered all tabular properties. All tabular properties. We haven't missed not even single property. But if you go to any of the column level, you will get a couple of more options. For example, I'm taking as a birth date, add a filter, new hierarchy, new measure, new column. These three already repeated. The first two we need to discuss. And rename, delete, hide, view hidden, unhide, collapse, expand, new group property. Property also we discussed. The only option which is pending is the one is add a filter, new hierarchy, and new group. So these three are little bit important, but filters already we covered, but we need to show how it is going to work here. Now I'm just going to again page number 1. Listen carefully. So do we have any page, I mean any filters within this page? Say yes or no. We understand yesterday, but again I removed, right? So do we have the filters here or not?
Yes, yes.
So we have the filters, but we haven't applied any filters. So what I need to do, I would like to add English country region name filter. Then go here, right click on the column level, add as a filter. Now see, by default page level that filter will be applied. For example, let's say France, minimize it, that's it. It is 100% same as we discussed yesterday. So I'm repeating once again. The first method, go here manually, just drag and drop, apply or select whatever the country you want and close it. Since we are adding as a page level filter, it will be considered as all the page will be filtered. If you don't like this method, this is the second method. Go to the column level, column this, adding this column as a filter and select the value and just come out, that's it. So there is no difference between the page level filter and add as a filter. Both are 100% same. The next topic is the column level property. We used to get one is, I'm just making a note of this one because I will forget later. Filter and new group is there and hierarchies. Hierarchy. So the next one is new hierarchy. Hiera or chy. RARCHY. Fine. So these are the three properties which is extra in the column level. That's why I just make a note of this one. We understand add filter. Next one is new group. Now first we will create the new hierarchy here. So already in the page number 2 till this report what we are doing, let's say city name, state wise or country wise data. If you want to see the this kind of level of information, what you need to do? First time you need to drag the country, then state, then city. So this also what is the meaning of hierarchy in the sense like navigation between the higher level to lower level. I'm just adding a note of this one. The navigation between like between levels I could say higher level to higher levels to lower level. So what it means then? What it means in the sense like I'm going to create a hierarchy by using these three columns. So what they can do? See, since we are in this visual, it's getting highlighted here. For example, if you go to different visual, it will not highlight here. Don't worry. So right click on the English country eraser name. Make this as a new hierarchy. Okay. And see this one. And what I'm going to do, under this name, we have a one column called both are same. Listen carefully. This is the individual column. This is a hierarchy name. Under this hierarchy, I have a column called English country region name. Let me add one more extra column for this particular. See this one. I don't want new hierarchy now. I'm just going to add to existing hierarchy. What is the hierarchy name here? English country region name hierarchy because we have not renamed this one. Why it's not coming? See this one. I'm going to right click on this hierarchy. There is a small three icons will be there each and every column level. Click on the hierarchy name and rename it. So this one I'm going to call this as like a geography hierarchy. That's it. So under geography I have only one level country. Then let me add the one more level called. See now I have two columns now. This was still available column level and then hierarchy level and city add to hierarchy geo level. See now city will be there. The only advantage would be like when you're going for this kind of detail level report, right? So you don't need to try for this three times of this one. Just to go to hierarchy, drag it, see, you go to all three levels of data. This is the simplest one example. This is not only the example when you're writing DAX expressions, parent child functions, we will discuss on that area. All right, so the only one property which is pending that I will move to tomorrow. The one property which is pending that is called as a new group. This is very important. So this is what like pending topic, new group. Okay. So next 5 minutes of time, I mean next session, first 5 minutes of time, you will understand the new group, and we will continue with the rest of the topics. Any questions? Anyone has any questions?
No, brother. Okay.
So yesterday I given I think one homework. How many of you done? First of all, what is the homework? Govardhan, are you there?
Yes, yes, I'm here.
I think you only asked the question yesterday. Or Abhay?
No, 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 no. Some Ajay or some Singh, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. So because of no power, he was not able to connect today. So that's the Bangalore climate. Okay, fine. So we'll discuss tomorrow. Since he is not there, we'll discuss tomorrow. Okay, guys. Have a great day. See you tomorrow, same timing. Bye bye.
See you one at time. Bye.